This podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, manscaped.com. When Manscaped reached out to me, I said to myself, I only want to have sponsors for this podcast for products that I have personally used. And I was a customer long before they sponsored this podcast. I was very impressed with the Lawnmower 4.0. The super sleek shaver that is waterproof, has a little LED light on the end, and really gets the job done. And of course, I'm a lady. What do I know about balls, right? I do know that manscaping isn't just for life special occasions. It's a requirement for optimal health and superior hygiene and healthy self-esteem. You want to feel good, you want to look good. And it's not just shavers that Manscaped has. They also have ball wipes. They have hair and body wash, foot deodorant, ball deodorant, cologne, the Plow 2.0 for that extra close shave. Go to manscaped.com and type in the promo code RAMBOPRA. Get yourself a little discount on the goodies you purchase from manscaped.com.
Hit that ball.
Rambopra Radio with your host, Jen T.
Fuck, I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, fucking Jen is a warlord. I'm fucking coming for you.
And now I feel poo coming out of my bum. So it's a lot right now. Yeah, it's a lot.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Rambopra Radio. I am your host, Jen T. Twitter and Instagram at Jen T523. Hello, motherfuckers. I am here. I'm not sure how I made it into my seat, but I'm here. I'm not sure how I managed to hit record, but I am after the most insane birthday / ratchet ass weekend I've had. Oh my God. I probably drank more in the last 3 days than I have in a year. Oh shit. Let's just rip the fucking Band-Aid off. Hey, listen. It's my life, goddammit, and if I choose to be ratchet as hell for 96 hours, then so be it. Oh my God. So let's just start off with Thursday. Thursday was completely insane. I wasn't supposed to go out. Then the last minute I went out and was dancing, having a good time. Only did that for an hour because I had to get up super early in the morning to go to Orange County and get a haircut. So did my little thing at the club, which was a complete waste of time because you're never going to find Mrs. Right at the club. I keep telling my friends this, but they don't seem to believe me. They're like, no, your dating apps, listen, they're not working. You need to go out and meet somebody. I'm like, who the fuck am I going to meet at a nightclub when the age is 18 and up? Most of the people there are 18. So it's like, I just turned 38, player. You talking about 20 years? You mean to tell me that I'm supposed to try and pick up chicks that when I was 18 were not even born yet? Okay, player. Nice try. Nope. So anyways, I wasn't feeling it, but I was just trying to get into the birthday spirit, and I started to get a little bit of it, but I really just kept to myself. But the kickoff that I got was Friday night. Went to another club, and I was like, this is gonna suck. But happened to roll up to the club, and it was a drag night. So I was like, oh hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I love drag queens. So drag queens always put on a good show. But the most important part of this show was the two hotties with the bodies that I saw in a club full of 30 gay men. I was like, hola mami, mucho gusto. I was like, all right, there's two hot chicks. And they're my let's my type. That's my type. I was like, you are my type. Let me talk to you. Wait, which one? Because they're two hot friends. So I was like, all right, I had to pick which one. There were both hotties with the bodies, but one didn't really have a whole lot of makeup on, while the other one was beat to hell with the makeup. I almost thought she was a drag queen. That's how much makeup she had on. Oh, shit. But see, back in the day, that was my type. The more makeup, the better, right? But then, when they take the makeup off and you're like, so now I'm trying to, go for the ladies who don't really wear a whole lot of makeup, because that's what you're getting. It's not going to be like a surprise or some shit when you wake up the next morning and then they're like, yeah. So you see them right away. You're like, all right, that's cool. Let's go. We don't need none of that makeup shit. And ladies, I'm telling you, just fucking ditch that shit, man. It's bad for your skin. Just go au natural. I mean, I do it. I accept. I embrace the fugly. I embrace it fully. I'm not trying to con nobody. This is what you get. The fucking ugly stick that got ran over by the ugly car, that got rear-ended by the ugly truck, that got dropped on by the ugly helicopter, that got crashed into by the ugly plane. I accept myself 100%. No lies, man. That's just it. So these chicks, I was like, all right, I'm going to go for the friend without the makeup. And I made a good choice because we were chatting it up. Both of them were cool, but I kind of was feeling the one without the makeup, right? So I pulled her for a little bit of a chat, and her hotter friend went to go get more drinks or something. I don't know what the hell. She disappeared, which was cool with me because all of a sudden, we started making out. And I was like, hey, this is cool. I haven't done this in a long time. I haven't made it to this part of the show in a long time. Oh, and I received a correction notice from a friend of a friend that I started my last relationship with the umbrella. So I ended my relationship with, you make me feel like I've been locked out of hell, whoa, too long, whoa. God, the voice is still gone, but we're just going with it. So I stand corrected. It was the Bruno Mars fucking hit. It was the last time I had a relationship. That's okay. Because, I'm just learning, I'm just experiencing things. So that used to be kind of a sore spot for me. But, a lot of soul searching has happened in that time. Bruno Mars is like the biggest artist on the planet. My bum got bigger. But nevertheless, I regress. So, making out with the al natural friend. And all of a sudden, the hot friend comes back and starts profusely vomiting. And when I say vomiting, like we're talking exorcist vomiting, like just uncontrollable, nonstop puke train right next to us. And I was like, huh. I don't normally get sensitive to that kind of stuff, but just the smell of fucking like just vinegar and like just mixed drinks and whatever red shit she had, I was like, this can't be my birthday celebration. I'm out of here. So I just did the dip. I didn't even get this chick's name, number, nothing. I was like, fuck this, I'm out. I'm too old for this shit. That's the first fucking thing I said. I looked at her and I looked at her friend. I said, take care of your friend. And I turned around and I was like, I'm too old for this shit. And I walked the fuck out. I was probably the first one to leave the club. I was like, goodbye. I can't deal with that. People that can't hold their liquor. I mean, okay, listen. If you're a little tipsy, you get a little sleepy, and you're passed out, whatever, that's cool. We chill. But profusely vomiting? I mean, this chick was like 100 pounds. How did she have this much vomit in her? I couldn't comprehend. I didn't know what the hell was happening. I was like, Jesus God, this is the exorcist. Nobody brought through Spiritu Santi. I was like, oh, good God, woman. What the hell's the matter with you? This much vomit shouldn't come out of a 100-pound lady. This is crazy, man. So I was like, I'm done with this shit. Goodbye. And left the club. So the next day, I went to a little soiree by the pool. And, well, I had a good time. I met some new people, made some new friends, seen some old faces. And some of those old faces, maybe one of those old faces, pulled me for a chat. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, let's go over and chat. So I'm thinking we're just gonna have a chat, with an old friend. I'm gonna have a little chat. And well, there wasn't a whole lot of chatting going on. I will say that mouths were moving, but there was no chatting happening. There were no words being exchanged. I like that chat a lot, and I should probably have that chat again. I think, I think we should have that chat again. Just saying. I was like, that's my type, and that's my type. Like, oh, so what did you want to wear? Because I legitimately came over here to have a conversation. And that shit was a straight up hit and run. All of a sudden, we were not talking. I was like, wait, what the hell? But I was like, what a man, mucho gusto. I'll take it. It was a surprise. It was a shock. I had some sort of intuition. There has been a few little instances where this mysterious woman has allegedly been into me and I've been into her. Well, we have said, but we just never thought that this would happen. I just never thought that the day would actually come where I would see this friend in person. And we would have that kind of conversation, if you understand what I'm saying. Damn. Threw me off guard. But that is my thing. I like it when women throw me off guard. That doesn't give me a chance to say no, because I like to say no a lot, because I just don't believe there was a time I just didn't believe that I deserved that kind of thing, or believed that anyone would actually be attracted to me enough that they would do that. So, oh God, I'm trying to be gentle here just in case someone is listening. So, I will say I was pleasantly surprised, and I would like a repeat chat, of course. And, we'll see how things go. I make no promises. That's just life. I would wish that life would make me a promise and let me have that chat again. I have zero expectations, but if it does happen, I will be thoroughly enjoyed. And if not, life goes on. The next day, I was supposed to go to San Diego. I could not get out of the bed, let alone when I did get out of the bed, it was 5:00. So, I'm a little winded. I'm a little winded from partying for 3 days straight. So, I definitely surprised myself. I figured nothing was going to happen other than just a little dinner date with my friends. And that would be the end of that. But I knew something was in the air when I went to dinner with my friends. And on Friday.
Oh my God.
They started closing the restaurant down early because the chef
So there we are.
may or may not have died. Holy shit! The chef may or may not have died at the restaurant. And so I feel terrible about laughing, but I just don't know what to do because it's so tragic and sad. And I'm sure this individual has family. But at the same time, it was just so bizarre. I just was just going through scenarios of this man, cooking, and he's got his towel on his shoulder, and he's got his little iron pan and his little chef hat, and he's like throwing the salt in, and the flames are coming up, and he's sweating profusely over my friend's salad, and then all of a sudden he just goes.
What was that noise? You've never cooked. You never made that noise.
So I'm laughing because the way it was sort of remotely explained to our table. My friend's wife asked, "May I ask, what's the deal? Why are you guys closing so early?" And he said, "Well, our chef was with us and now he is not." Or no, he said, "Well, our chef became ill and is no longer with us." I said, "Oh, Jesus God." It gets worse. So my friend usually orders this salad and they didn't have that salad. And I said, "Brother, they probably have your salad, but the chef is lying on it."
What the hell was that?
Oh shit, I'm going to hell. Oh my God. Oh God damn it. Oh my God. I'm just. Oh God, my condolences to the chef and his family and his friends. I'm sure that work in that restaurant. But at the same time, I was just like, oh my God, how bizarre.
So there we are.
1 minute you're cooking for 200 people, and the next minute you're being carried out like a bag of potatoes. This is crazy, man. I was like, oh my God. After that, obviously I was like, we need to go out and we need to go dancing and we need to go experience some things because you just never know when it's your time to go. And I am the type of person that likes to have fun, and I can't imagine going out, dying at work, or doing something I don't like to do and dying. I would like to die doing something I love. So I said, we're going dancing. So, and I'm glad I did, because obviously I got to meet these two wonderful ladies. I don't know the names, but the Au Natural, we will call her. She kisses pretty good, but not as good as my friend did the next night. Shit. Oh shit. And if someone is listening who happens to know this friend, you tell this friend that I would like to see her immediately. Urgent attention. Holy shit. I'm gonna need an order of one of those conversations without talking promptly. Holy shit, man. But Monday, of course, I was completely sober, ready to rock, because that was actually my official birth date. Spent it with just family, and had a good time. Of course, it was with the parentals, and they had a lot of things to say, none of which that I was paying attention to, because I was watching the stocks on the TV. These are the things. Back to business, back to work, back to stonks, and back to feeling pretty good. I feel alert and on top of my shit. And when I say shit, I mean my life. I heard a podcast earlier. For a long time, I've been kind of in a mode of just people pleasing. I thought if I did things for people, that would bring me love. And I learned in Aubrey Marcus' podcast, true lishma, which is the Sanskrit word for acts of service, is that you do them because you want to do them, not because you're looking to get something out of it, whether it's monetarily or love or attention or anything. You're just doing things for people because you can. When you practice true lishma, that comes back to you tenfold. And so me doing things of service for people brings me joy. But the problem is that it wasn't true joy, because I was not doing things for myself that brought me joy. So I had to learn to start with me. This is the start. It seems very selfish and counterintuitive to just do things for me and what I want to do. But I notice now that I start with, how do I feel about this? Is this something that I'm interested in? If I ask those questions to myself, and depending on how I respond then, it actually helps me do other things for people more efficiently. Because I've asked myself first, what do you want to do? What do you need? Because no one else is going to give that to me. Nobody else can give that to me but me. I would hope that this week you think about lishma, the true meaning of acts of service, that you would first start with yourself. And what do you want? What do you need? How can you take care of yourself? And how does that make you a better human being? And then that resonates with other people. I check in with myself first. Anything that I'm anxious about, I always ask myself, can I do something about it right now? And if the answer is yes, then I strategize and think about how I can alleviate that anxiety or that problem that is creating anxiety in me. If I answer no, then I put it aside for later, or when I have the proper tools to deal with that problem. It's really starting to prioritize anxiety. Can you do something about it right now? If you can't, then let it go. Just let it go. Not saying to completely forget about it entirely, because we all have things that we have to do to take care of. But let it go for that moment and come back to it later when you're not in an anxious space, when you're not looking at it from an anxious mind. Exercise. Do you have 10 minutes? Set a timer. Push up, sit up, squat. Repeat for 10 minutes. Do one push up, do one sit up, and do one squat. Or if you want to do 10, 10, 10, and repeat again, do that. Because exercise has been shown to be 60% more effective than Prozac. So, if this can help alleviate anxiety, even if it is for 10 minutes, anytime I'm feeling anxious, I do push-ups. And you know what started to happen from me doing push-ups when I was anxious? I was so anxious all the time so much. Now my arms are getting jacked. My arms are getting ginormous. They're getting stronger because of all the anxiety. But basically, because I'm alleviating the anxiety in that moment, I am stimulating my mind with something more productive, something that I can control. Push-ups, sit-up, squat. I don't feel anxious after the push-ups. When I'm done, I'm like, damn, I just busted out some push-ups. Hell yeah. What do I need to do next? I'm prepared. It prepares me. It gives me strength, both physically and emotionally, to move forward in my day. This week, I would wish that you would try and practice lishma with yourself. Acts of service towards yourself, so that way you, coming from a good space, a full heart, can give to others from a good space of lishma as well. That you can look within inside you, think about the things that might create anxiety, and see if you can create a strategy. Strategize your way out of anxiety, whether it's exercise, push-up, sit-up, squat, kettlebells, deadlifts, CrossFit, jiu-jitsu, basketball, tennis, badminton, highlight, rugby, hockey, something, walking, something to help alleviate that anxiety and give your mind time to think. I'm seeing a level of something that I didn't think that I could see before because I was so busy trying to do things for people, thinking that that would give me love or people would be happy with me. And after turning 38, or even just reflecting back on the last year of 37 and starting a new chapter of 38, I realize now that if I give that same energy that I've given to everyone else over the years, if I give myself that energy, how awesome it feels. 37, closing the book on 37 was crazy to me because, first of all, I didn't even think I would see 37. And secondly, just all of the new things and experiences that I've learned about myself, all of the mistakes that I've made, all of the good things I did, all of the bad things I did. It brought me to this moment, this teachable moment that true lishma, true acts of service starts from within yourself, to yourself, and then you can give whoever you want that energy. But you have to give yourself that energy first. And so now I understand this and it feels amazing. I feel like I've unlocked some kind of superpower. Because I y'all know that I was not in a good place, and I haven't been in a good place before many a times. I haven't been. I've had my moments of greatness, and then I've had my moments of weakness, and they are all things that brought me to this point of understanding. And I feel like now that I understand this about myself, I can see this in other people, and I can discern, is this somebody I want to give my energy to whether it's friend, family, wife, for the night or for life. I don't know, but I do know that now that I know it starts with me and how I feel, if I'm feeling good, that it's contagious and that I can make somebody else feel good also if they want to. If they want to experience the things that I'm experiencing, awesome. If they don't, awesome too. Good for you. But I want people to know that I'm out here trying. And not even that I'm trying. I'm out here practicing self-care with myself, and that it resonates to other people. And people tell me that. People will tell me, you did this, or something you did, or something you said. And the thing that I always remember from Maya Angelou is that, people are going to forget you. Eventually, people are going to forget you. Things you bought them, things you might have said, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And so that stays with me. And even though we're not supposed to take things personal based on the Damiris for agreements, that is something that is personal that I can't keep with me. Knowing that if I treat myself good, and then my interaction with somebody is good or makes them feel good, they'll remember that forever. They'll remember that forever. That feeling. That moment of greatness. That's what I'm starting to see in myself, and it gets me pumped up. I'm like, let's fucking go. I know a lot of people are like, oh, let's go. People say that a lot, let's go. But I'm like, let's fucking go. Like, I'm amped. I'm pumped. I cannot think of a better plan coming up for my future at 38. Obviously, I've got things that I want to accomplish career-wise. But I like that, and I'll probably talk about it next week, being an emotional entrepreneur. I was listening to another podcast, and the lady talked about being an emotional entrepreneur, and that's what I am. I'm exploring all of my emotions, good and bad. I'm exploring what makes me tick, so that way I can be better than I was yesterday, or be better than I was 6 months ago, or a year ago. I just want to be better. And for those who listen to this show, I want you to be better also. Some current events. Kansas woman walks into a wig shop and poops on the wigs. Shit. Oh, man. Well, first of all, you gotta be, you can't be serious, man. I guess a lady was upset with the owner of the wig store and thought it would be a good idea to walk in and start pooping on the wigs. And, again, it all comes back to that energy. This person feels like shit about their life, so now they're going to go shit on some wigs. Unbelievable. I just wish that individual would have maybe taken the energy to make it to the toilet and strategize about how they could be better than the person that made them feel like shit, so they wouldn't go shit on that person's wigs. Does that make any sense? Oh, God. That's a lot of shit if you're at a wig store. I mean, how many wigs? Lady? 3-4 wigs you're pooping on? What? And you know, how does somebody not tackle her? Do they just watch her defecate on the wigs? I mean, what's going on? Holy shit. No. Oh, man. Unbelievable. It's time for Customers of the Week. This week, I had the joy and pleasure of assembling an Eastern European man's groceries together, and boy, oh boy, was it a journey, because, you know, I was feeling good. Like I said, I've been learning things about myself and feeling good and just letting that energy try and resonate with other people. And I'm smiling, and I said, "Good morning, sir. How you doing? And can I help you get your things together?" He goes, "What do you mean? What do you mean? How can you help me? Listen, everything is expensive here. Expensive here at the store, expensive gas, expensive house, expensive. How can you continue to vote Democrat in California when everything is expensive? What is the matter with you?" I was like, sir, I just asked you if you needed help gathering your things together. If you don't need help gathering your things together, then I'm totally cool bouncing." And he's just like, "This is ridiculous. You know, I come here, look at my receipt. It's expensive. And then I'm going to go across the street to get gas. It is expensive. And then I would drive home to my house. That is expensive. Expensive. How can you keep voting Democrat here? I don't understand. Don't you want help? Republicans can fix this." I was like, sir, well, this is California, so there's your first mistake. And secondly, your second mistake was shopping here. No. But I was just like, sir, we don't know. And he tried to present the same argument to my coworker who was running the cash register. And my thought was, well, wait a minute, playa. Wait a minute. You have an Eastern European accent, correct? So that tells me that you came here from wherever shit country you are from, because shitty California is better than your shit country, right? That was my first thought. I was like, oh, damn, sweets. Well, you got an accent, so that means you're definitely not from California, and you're definitely not from America, which means you came from whatever shithole you came from. You came to America, okay? Because it gives you an opportunity, okay? You don't get opportunities wherever the hell you came from, fam. So if I were you, I would fucking enjoy this opportunity. It is an opportunity to bitch. It's an opportunity to enjoy the spoils and the victory that you have, that you are in the greatest country in the world, America. Bitch, I'm proud to be an American. Well, at least I know I'm free. And I better be the man of that I gave that back to thee. And I gladly stand up. I love this land. God bless the USA. Choke off, you fucking prick.
You fucking Momo.
Wherever the hell you're from, nobody's running to go over there, you jackass. What's that, bruh? You shitting on California is better than wherever the hell you came from, because obviously you came here because you knew that this was the place to be. So quit your bitching and enjoy the fucking palm trees and kick rocks. Choke off. I was just like, man, go fuck yourself. Can't believe it. I was like, fuck. What are you talking about, bitch? No. It's good here. It's fucked up, but it's still good here. You understand? And if you don't like California, I hear there's amazing opportunities in Nevada, Arizona, Texas, Oklahoma. I don't know. Somewhere where you're not going to complain like you are right now. Get the fuck away from me, okay? I can't stand it. Now, obviously, I have told my parents, hey, once y'all die, it is Rambo Oprah's moving. I'm getting the fuck up out of here, and I'm going to some gay place. It sure as hell ain't here, but I'm going to some gay place. Now, obviously, if there's an opportunity that presents itself, then I will stay here. But if not, I'm ready to pick up wheels and travel and see the country and see the world and really appreciate the great state that is America. Okay? The great country that is America. I appreciate living here, despite shit being fucked up, despite shit being expensive, despite the Democrats fucking up everything, despite the Republicans fucking up everything. Because if you think they haven't done shit, well, let me tell you, everybody has. Anybody who is a politician has fucked this shit up, okay? It's all for their own detriment. You gotta understand that there is no side. When you are working on that side of politics, they're all homies, and it's all about what can you do for me? It's not about the people. It's about what can you do for me? And people need to understand that. They ain't serving anybody's interest but their own. Yes, it's time to vote. Couple weeks coming up. Vote wisely. Do your research. Doesn't matter if they're Democrat or Republican. Are they going to do the necessary things that are going to benefit your city, your town, your county, your state, your country? If they aren't, don't fucking vote for them. It's pretty easy. Don't make this shit complicated by vote blue no matter who or red till I'm dead. Like, fuck all that. That's why we're in this mess. Got to start paying attention to the details. What does this person stand for, regardless of them being Democrat or Republican? What are the issues? What are they going to take care of? And how is that going to make the place you live a better place? That is what we need to pay fucking attention to. That's enough of fucking politics. I'm gonna break my rule here. No politics on the show, but you just need to hear that, okay? Then, of course, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, the Debbie Klepp. I won't use all of her name because I don't want to be sued. But the Debbie, my darling Debbie. Y'all remember Debbie. She's one of the greatest customers of all time, the GOAT, if you will, who is yellow-colored. Her skin is yellow-colored. She basically looks like the Amazon locker. She is yellow-colored, hair falling out of her head, waistline under her titties, and an attitude like you wouldn't believe. Just as a refresher, during the George Floyd riots, as a refresher for y'all who don't remember, but during the George Floyd riots, I offered to help my darling Debbie, who is a Caucasian lady, who is older, who is very concerned about the world, so much so that when she sees a black person, she tells them they're not a victim. And that black person happened to be me. I just simply asked her if she needed help, and she said, "You're not the victim! You're not the victim!" And of course, she reads some of the magazines we sell at my work, and some of those magazines aren't very pro-black, and especially do not like the Black Lives Matter. But I don't particularly care for Black Lives Matter either. But what I do have a problem with is you publishing a magazine having President Obama throwing up the Heil Hitler sign. I got a problem, son. I got a fucking problem with that, man. Oh, man, that's just some weird ass shit. This magazine is basically there to scare white people into thinking that black people or anybody else who is not white is the enemy. Now, granted, this magazine is not outright racial, because they don't like gay people either. But they are certainly very pro-white, and pro-America, the way it used to be. But I guess we should tell the editor of this magazine that what America used to be was native. So let's keep it 100. This is not your land. Oh, God damn it. But she gets riled up reading these magazines, and loves to start fights with me, and is very aggressive considering she's an old ass lady. And what she doesn't understand is, because she's an old ass lady, she doesn't have a whole lot of summers left. And she certainly doesn't have a whole lot of summers left when she starts trying to be physically aggressive with me. I had to warn her. I said, ma'am, if you take another step, I will defend myself accordingly. All I did was ask you if you needed help. All you have to do is say no. You do not get in my face and tell me I'm not the victim or anything of this nature other than, no, I do not need help. Or could you get some help from me? It doesn't even have to come from me. If you don't like black people, cool. But what you don't get to do is invade my personal space and be aggressive. I have a problem with that. So then I had to call my boss and say, if you don't get down here within the next 2 minutes, I'm going to beat this lady's ass. Oh, damn. So my darling Debbie called. And when she calls the store, she can't distinguish my race. So she's very friendly. I mean, obviously, if she finds out she's talking to the black girl she doesn't like, she would quickly hang up. So she doesn't understand that I am an African-American woman on the line with her. So she feels safe. So she calls and she starts yelling, "Excuse me! Excuse me!" I was like, yes, how can I help you, Debbie? Well, I'm supposed to pick up my beetroot salad, and it's not ready in the deli. I called the company, and they said that you guys were supposed to order and you didn't. And I want to know, where is my beet salad? I'm hungry. I was like, okay, well, hello to you. And our next delivery for the salads is Wednesday. So you'll need to call back tomorrow and place your order with the appropriate person. I can't do anything for you today other than just to take your number and give it to the person, and they may or may not call you tomorrow. It would be a lot easier if you call back tomorrow and speak to the person in charge of your beet salad. I work in vitamins. Well, can you just set up my Instacart then? And I was like, what? I said, okay, Debbie, well, we don't do Instacart here. We have our own service within the company that you can pay money for, and they will bring your groceries to you. Oh, perfect. Well, could you put me to the person in charge of that services? I said, sure, but I just want you to understand before I transfer you that this is for in-store pickup. You still have to come to the store. We don't deliver. Do you not deliver within a 5-mile radius of the store? I said, ma'am, we don't deliver at all. You still have to come to the store and pick it up. Well, how does that work? I don't drive. I take the bus. You guys know this. You guys know I take the bus there. Yes, we're fully aware of that, Debbie. So you can take the bus and pick up your stuff at the appropriate scheduled time that we have available for order pickups. Well, that's not gonna work. I want somebody to bring it to me now. Well, maybe I can ask my friend. I said, ask your friend and send her to the store and pick up your stuff, okay? She goes, wait. Hold on a second. My friend is calling. And she puts me on hold. I was like, oh, really, bitch? Really? You put me on hold. You fucking called me. You called me and you put me on hold. I was like, okay, girl, watch this. So I just left the phone down. I didn't even put her on hold. I just left her on speaker and left it for everybody in the store to hear this bitch. And her phone conversation, because she didn't really put me on hold, I heard her entire phone conversation. She said, they don't have my beet salad. I mean, what a bunch of incompetent, stupid people. I keep ordering my beet salad, and they never fucking have it. They never have my beet salad. I called the company, and they said they didn't order my beet salad. And she's like, oh, Valerie! Everybody in the fucking store started laughing. Anybody that was near the phone was like, what the fuck is going on? Why is this old lady yelling out Valerie? She's like, Valerie! Valerie! And the whole time she's yelling out, I was just thinking of that Amy Winehouse song, Valerie! Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie! 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 I'm talking to you! Answer me! I was like, ma'am, hello? You were talking to place your order. So are you still going to place your order or not? Because I have customers I need to help. I put you on hold. I'm trying to talk to my friend Valerie. I was like, well, you're not talking to Valerie. You're talking to Jen. So did you want to place an order or no? She said, well, I need to talk to my friend Valerie because she's going to pick it up. And I said, well, why don't you hang up here and call your friend Valerie back? I'm talking to her now. You're interrupting me. I said, well, didn't sound like it. All it sounded like was you yelling out Valerie, which is what you were doing. She's like, no, she's on the line here. Listen. Valerie? Silence. Valerie? Silence. Valerie? Valerie, can you hear me? I was like, okay, bitch. And she's like, okay, well, can you just take my order and then I'll try and call Valerie back? And I went, sure, please hold. I put that bitch on hold and never went back. I went, boop. I was like, goodbye, bitch. We're done. And I told my boss, I was like, hey, Debbie might call back. I don't know. I got to go to my class. I don't have time to wait for this bitch. I got to go. Next day, come to work, and she goes, yeah, she didn't call back. And I was like, oh, that's weird, because she was talking to Valerie! Holy shit. Some wild-ass stuff, man. Fucking Debbie. Goofy-ass bitch. Valerie! 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 Before we talk about UFC this week, I'm going to talk to you about Manscaped. Manscaped.com, promo code RAMBOBRA. Get yourself the leaders of men's grooming products. That's right. They've got t-shirts, cologne, boxers, lip balm. They got the Shed traveling bag. They got the Crop Mop ball wipes, crop cleanser, groin wash, crop reviver, and then, of course, that you can add some serious ball toner and ball deodorant to that stack, because once you buy all of that, you have to get yourself the Lawnmower 4.0 to shave your boys and keep them clean and smooth. That is the most important part of your self-esteem, is your cleaning regimen, your hygiene. Hygiene means good self-esteem, and we want to have good self-esteem with Manscaped.com. Promo code RAMBOBRA, 20% off your purchase. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. Manscaped.com. UFC recap this week. What the fuck? That was a shit show. Fights were pretty decent, except for the Holly Holm fight. I truly believe she was robbed. This whole never leave it in the hands of the judges thing is got to go. We need to get some good judges in there, Dana. Do something. Hey, UFC, help. We need to get people who know about martial arts and the sport and the art of fighting, because we need a nice, healthy set of eyes watching these fights so they can make good decisions. That was a shitty ass decision. And to say that Never leave it in the hands of the judges like the two people ain't trying to kill each other. They are. They both want to get paid. They both want to get money. They need that money. That's why they're in the UFC, because they need that money and they love fighting. And there only can be one winner, but it needs to be awarded to the appropriate person. I watched that fight and I was fuming, okay? I wanted to throw my fucking phone into the swimming pool. I could not believe what I was seeing. UFC judging has got to change. There has to be some way, something they've got to do. I truly believe that you need to ask either retired fighters or people that know about this sport. We can't have these momos who have never been in a fight in their fucking life, so they don't even know what they're seeing. Next, we need to have a better viewing point for these guys. Why isn't there some sort of skybox that they can sit in that is isolated from fan noise? So they are not influenced, and that they could just watch the fights either on a TV monitor in a room or just away from people with a better view of the fight. I don't know what fight they were watching, but the fight I saw from my phone was that Holly Holm won that fight, and she was robbed. This week, there are no UFC fights. How dare you, Uncle Dana? It is Memorial Day, so everybody is on vacation or something. I don't know. You got 500 fucking UFC fighters. You mean to tell me you can't put 10 fights together for Memorial Day? Bitch. Y'all can hear the passion in my voice. I love fights. I love UFC. That's fine. There's no UFC this week because I have got to go to a big dog jiu-jitsu seminar with none other than my man, Mason Fowler. That's right. Fucking stud. Like the second American to win some crazy ass jiu-jitsu tournament with the gi. Only 2 Americans have won, and one of them is Mason Fowler. It's always been fucking Brazilians. And this man fucking smashed every single one of them. So you know my guy's a stud, a legend, a G. So I'm going to go learn from him on Saturday. So there will be no fights, of course. I'm hoping maybe there might be some bare knuckle or some Bellator or something, because I need my fights, fam. It's in my DNA. But if not, I will have to settle for a jiu-jitsu seminar and hanging with my friends afterwards. So that is going to do it for me, folks. I will talk to y'all next week. I will have some UFC picks for you, and I will be ready. I am embracing 38 with open arms, with open hands, and ready to take the next step in my journey, in my success, in my happiness. And I wish the same for you listening. But until next time, this is Ramble for Radio. I'm out. Peace.